Good afternoon. Yes, we are going to understand and learn how to what are the five fields of social studies. In your Unit 1, this is the first aspect that you needed to understand. To watch the Prezi on your own, not in the video format, you can go to this slide and just click through it like we are going to do as a full presentation view. Do not forget to answer the questions at the bottom. And yes, all the questions are found, the answers are found in here. So let's get started. Okay. When we are looking at the five fields of social studies, we're looking at why do I consider it to be kind of like an umbrella? Well, one way is if a water drop comes and lands, it doesn't stay in one section. You don't just get one area, but water splashes and blends into the other fields as well. So, as we are learning about this, you can take a look and see how they're all connected and yet different at the same time. So, in your notes, one, you guys are going to create a document where you write the word culture. That's the first one we're going to look at. And we're learning these in a certain order, not of a priority, because at the end it's going to spell the word Chegg. So you got culture, then you have history, economics or economy, government, and then geography. And I do want you to remember them in that order because geography expands more into other details that we'll go into deeper in our class. All right, so here we go. Together, culture, history, economics, government, geography spells the word Chegg. It's a device to help you learn about and remember it. So again, what are they? I talked about the fields. And again, why they're kind of like an umbrella. Well, let's look at culture. In your notes, please make sure you write down that culture is a shared ways of living among groups, including beliefs and customs. I want you to underline or highlight the word shared. Please make sure at this time you've underlined or highlighted shared. Okay? Because if it's not shared, it cannot be shared among groups, and it's a belief, customs, but they all have to be something that's called shared. So when I talk about keywords to help remember a definition, shared is your way. Next, here are some images of a shared culture. For example, the wooden shoes of Holland. You also have some outfits and traditional customs of another group of people. I always love this outfit because I think of the 1970s in the United States and can imagine how many people would be jealous and want to wear the leg warmers. Again, the United States culture, and yet you can go around the world and see other cultures. Here is a religious or a ceremony aspect of things. Okay? And of course, food. Culture is big when it comes to food. A lot of people, when you think about different cultures, food is one of the things that jump to your mind. I think this is very interesting to notice that this is a very Oriental style meal, and yet right down here in this corner, you see a Coca-Cola can. So the United States culture is shared with the Chinese culture in their own home. Okay. So those are some examples of cultures. Music, religion, all these other wonderful things are great examples. Okay. Let's look at the next field. history? Well, if you remember some of the pictures, well, let's look at the definition first. History is a record of the past. It's usually chronological. Chronological meaning in order of time. Okay? The key word to understand here and highlight is the word past. A record of the past. History is not in the future, but it's the past. We learn about our own history and others to not make mistakes, okay, and to grow from it. Let's look at some images of history. The Aztecs Codice, this is their written history. Imagery can be connected with history. Medieval knights. It gives you a time frame to think about. You could tell this is a historical image, mostly because of the attire, the dress they're wearing. Okay, black and white is a good symbol. And the erosions or changes to the pyramid and the Sphinx face right here. They've uncovered more of it in our day than it was back in this time of history. Okay, famous women had historical importance. And of course, some presidents are considered historical. So there's history. One thing to note, some of those things of history could be placed back in culture, such as the women's dress. That's a cultural outfit, the clothing style. Let's take a look at economics now and see if they can blend into the others as well. So our economics. Economy or economics is how people make, get, and use resources to live. Now, one thing I want you to take a look at, it's how people make, get, and use resources. Okay? Resources is that key word to help you understand economics. If there are no resources, there is no economic gain for people to get it or give it or use it if it's not a resource. Okay, let's look at some examples of resources. The good old-fashioned lemonade stand. So yes, our lemonade stand here is a way for people to give a product, the lemonade, to people who are out walking around on a hot day, and therefore the young student or child who is selling it gets the money from it. Here is another form of giving and getting resources. A young lady selling her products on the street. Okay. And best thing to think about is resources or economics deals with money or value. Some people have more value than others in other types of items. Okay, so we're back to our umbrella again. Government. So far, so good, I hope. When you're looking at government, you're looking at how societies make laws and enforce them. Again, it's a group of people. They are enforcing and making what? Laws. Laws is the key word I want you to understand when you relate to the word government. You can have many different types of government officials, such as judges, presidents, police, military, the jury system, voting. All of this is related to laws, making and enforcing it. So let's look at some examples. Well, yeah, the White House. We have our three branches of government. So we have a democratic republic. You can also have a monarchy, king, queen.